What is up, my friends? You are very welcome back to our fan reaction show after Liverpool have beaten Newcastle by 4 goals to 2. A result that just secures our place at the top of the Premier League table. A perfect start to 2024. I've had my say with our player ratings video, with our match reaction. They are both up live. Now it is time to give you guys your chance to get whatever you want to get off your chest. I'm going to go straight into the chat. All that we ask is that if you are with us, do drop a like on the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. So look, my friends, how are we feeling? I mean, a lot to unpack from that game, I think it's fair to say. I'm happy, but just about. We had an XG of 7.2, which was nuts, considering we scored 4. We had 2 penalties in a game. Lots to unpack, as I said. But look, I've had my say. Now it's over to you guys. Endo did nothing again. You don't know what you're talking about. That's absolute nonsense. You don't deserve to even be commented on. Get out of my chat with your stupidity. Endo was brilliant. Is this new to you, man? Endo was great today. I'm feeling very good, said 2K Jeezy. Batterdum, said Andrew Wright. Hope the family is well, Craig. Good to be in. Family are good, thank you, Cam. Family are good. I can hear some darts being thrown in the kitchen, so yeah, all good. I thought the performance today was good. Just wastefulness in front of goal, and we need to tighten up in the back. That's my take from it. Finishing our chances should be our New Year's resolution. Gonna cost us the title, said Christopher. Thank you for your super chat, Christopher. All cut. Nessie said Jota had Salah as his FPL captain. Okay, that's good to know. So for me today, I thought Curtis was amazing. I thought Gomez was amazing. I thought Endo was amazing. I thought Diaz had a brilliant game. Endo was amazing for 70 minutes. That's his stamina, to be honest. Klopp should sub him earlier. He subbed him at 75, so he did bring him off around that time. Nunez is good, but just can't finish, said Owen Short. So, I think that's where we start the conversation, right? Darwin Nunez. Ladies and gentlemen, what should Jurgen do about the situation with Darwin? I personally just don't want him through the middle. That's where I am with Darwin. I think he's better on the left, but you can't excuse the misses. We wouldn't accept it from anybody else. If that was Mohamed Salah, we'd be absolutely going in on him. If it was Cody Gakpo, we'd be going in on him. If it was Jota, we'd be going in on him. And it's not an isolated incident. He should have had, and I don't think it's an exaggeration, a hat-trick today. Mo set him up with a good chance in the first half. He had the one-on-one that he created with the tussle with the keeper that he put straight at Dubravka again. Then he had a header over. Then he had another chance that was volleyed and saved well by Dubravka. That cost us eventually. So I think right now Jurgen has a big question to answer. But I want to know what you guys think about it. Do you think Mickey challenges same as Jones? No. Do you see Mikey challenge same as Jones? No. Am I confused on this one? Miley, sorry. So, no, look, I don't think there was any challenges in there that worthy of a red card that I seen off the top of my head, mate. I do have a question about why Anthony Taylor didn't go back and book Joelinton. He played a great advantage to us, to his credit, but I do feel like Anthony Taylor should have gone back and booked Joelinton, which would have meant Joelinton would have been sent off if he got the second yellow. The man of the match poll is up at the top of the chat. If you guys want to have your say, quite simply, it's who's your man of the match. The options are Gomez, Diaz, Jones or Endo. They're your options for man of the match today. Sell Darwin, said Ben Richardson. Diaz was quite good today. He was brilliant. And do you know what? I didn't want him to start. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. And a lot of people were the same. But he put in an incredible shift today and more than justified Jurgen starting him. No Salah for man of the match. In what world does he deserve to be in the man of the match poll? Really? I don't get this. Man of the match isn't just done off goal scoring. Salah is nowhere near being in the man of the match poll. For me, my opinion. Although apparently Connor's a bottler and just changed it to put Salah in. I wouldn't have, because I don't think Salah should be in the man of the match poll, because I don't think Salah had a particularly good game today. That's just my opinion. But Connor's hung me out to dry with that one and put Salah in there. Look, vote away. It is a democracy. You guys can have your say. I think Curtis Jones, Diaz would have been at the top of my list. Salah is man of the match by far. Look, I don't think he is, but that's okay. Everybody can have their own opinion. That's what we're about here. I'm not saying I'm infinitely right, my man. All I can give you is my opinion. And I don't think Salah was man of the match, but the people have spoken, as Connor have said. Darwin needs time on the bench to take some spotlight off him. He always gets chances. He'll eventually come good. Let's back him. I don't know about the backing of Darwin. Like, it's getting tough. It is getting tough to continue to make some excuses. And you can't just keep saying he'll eventually come good. I think for me, putting him on the left would be the best solution to, I guess, try and get the best out of Darwin Nunez. But look, we got away with it today. Like, we were able to miss them chances. Salah made up for his first half performance, but not man of the match. I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Like, Salah was poor first half, much better second half. I think that's balanced. Yeah, that's fair. But look, it doesn't matter. The poll's there for you guys to vote on, and that's what this channel's about. It's a democracy. So, what have we got? Salah changed his shoes at the break. Oh, did he? That's a very interesting bit of information if he did. Because to be fair, there was a lot of surface water on that pitch today. And I could understand if people were losing their footing, but I didn't. If that's true, thank you for the insight, mate. That's very helpful. What's happened to Szoboszlai, said Jordan Hunnable. Signing of the season, first 10 games, also really struggling with Darwin. Isak, 1 chance, 1 goal. So on Szoboszlai, I think we'll all agree that the quality's there. But today, and not only today, there's been some games recently where he's been a lot below the levels. So I've no doubts about Dominic Szoboszlai long term, but I also wouldn't have any qualms about playing Elliott ahead of him at the moment. We've got a great collection of midfielders. We really do. Endo, it's just a shame now that he has to depart, but it's also brilliant that Alexis McAllister is back and available. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm really interested to see what Klopp does with, with the attack with Mo gone. What way we're going to line up with a front three. I'd love your suggestions on that, by the way. Do you think Elliott or Szoboszlai goes to the right? Would you throw Lucho across to the right-hand side as an example? Stick Darwin or Gakpo left and Jota through the centre? Lots of questions to be answered, but I guess time will tell. Peter Kavanagh, thank you for your super chat, mate, said, sorry, Nunez not good enough. I mean, you don't have to apologise to me, mate. That's absolutely fine. It's hard to come on and say he does these things good, but because I absolutely understand everyone's frustration. I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't frustrated myself many, many times with Darwin's misses. But I feel he's better on the left. I've said that for quite a while now, and today through the centre, he's not clinical enough. Let me say this. If Mohamed Salah got those chances that Darwin got today, Mo's leaving with 4 goals. And I mean, a hat-trick even without the penalties. Salah would have buried them. So I like the idea of Mo central, and I've said it for ages. He's a natural finisher. He buries them chances. And I don't know what's going to take for Jurgen to give him that. I looked at the pitch today, right? And there were so many times we were in possession, and I looked up and Mo was all the way over on the right-hand side. It's just, I want him closer to the action. He's probably, along with Jota, our best finishers at the club. I don't like him starting out wide right anymore. I feel like it's time now to reinvent Mo and put him centrally. Aaron said, Mo is unreal, but if you get 150 million, take it and run. Excuse me. So I don't believe we'll see anywhere near 150 million, to be honest with you. I think I think if we got 100 million, that's probably as big an offer as we could expect. But ultimately, I'm going to say what I've always said. My priority is for the club to give Salah a new deal. That's what I want. But at the moment, we don't know if that's the case or not. And if we're taking it that we don't know and we're looking ahead to the summer, it's going to be a big summer because there's probably the biggest decision of Jurgen Klopp's career at Liverpool to be made. What do we do with Mo? You know, does Klopp convince the board to give him an offer and extend? Or does he leave? And I don't know the answer. I don't have the answers. But if he does stay, I would like him central because I think him and Jota are our best finishers. General Comet said, Craig, you overreacted about Salah being washed before and now want him gone. Again, I'm going to continue reading your comment. He's almost leading assist goals in the league, so how's he washed? So, again, once I said sell him. Once in 5 years? Have I said he's washed today? Even when I'm criticising his performance, did I ever use the phrase washed? Have I said anything other than my preference is to give him a new contract? I mean, I don't understand how I end up being bad man about Salah by holding him to the same standards I hold everybody else to. I understand that there are some people that idolise Mo and that they maybe think I'm critical of him at times. But I also want to push back and say, I judge him at the highest level because he's a world superstar. I judge him with the Mbappes, the Haalands, the Ronaldos, the Messis, because that's his level. And he hasn't been at that level. And goals and assists are not everything and haven't always been everything for his game. I've spoke about his great defensive work for years. So I know people think I want Mo gone, but I don't. I just think what I'm seeing with my eyes is not the same player of 2-3 years ago. And I've said many times I'd like him central. I don't know what more you want from me. If I wanted Mo gone, I would tell you I want him gone. I am not a pussy. If there's one thing you can call me, I'm not a coward. If I have something on my mind, I say it. But you're putting words in my mouth that I quite simply haven't said, except that one game against United, which I've owned up for. So I'm not going to keep apologising for it. I'm not going to keep taking the shit from Salah fans. I have an opinion. If you disrespect me, fuck off. If you disagree with me, we'll debate it. But if you don't want to watch, you think I'm a hater, go elsewhere. I don't know what else I can say. Nunez is somehow top scorer in South American World Cup qualifiers with 5 goals, Messi 3 goals. Can't figure this out. So I haven't watched enough of him playing under his new manager at Uruguay, under Marcelo Bielsa. But he does seem to be able to play to Darwin's strengths. But it's a very different style of football that we play in the Premier League. Again, I've never ever had this ever about a player before until we signed Mo, and then these new breed of fans have come in and are so overly sensitive. It's ridiculous. We're grown up people. You're allowed to love somebody and not say that they're brilliant. I love my wife, but she does my head in sometimes. She loves me and I do her bleeding head in. It's weird, man. I'm not going to live in this make-believe world where he's only ever brilliant. I'm sorry. That's not how I view the game. It's I don't know. It's very, I don't know. It'll end up I'll just refuse to speak about Mo because I can't win. So I don't know what you want from me. I had a quick chat with Bobby. He was lovely. Oh, that's lovely, Rachel. Oh, I'm amazed. I'm so jealous as well. I'd love to have met Bobby. Craig, Payne 1,000 times for getting passionate and aggro about Salah that one game. Literally, I feel for you. It's really disheartening because the stuff that gets labelled at me isn't true. I don't know, like, even starting this stream, I said the preference is to give him a new deal. I've never wanted to give up making content, but sometimes the Salah stuff, it pushed me close to the brink because it's irrational. Newcastle fans crying. See, I don't get this, right? So, to anybody that, and look, I've got messages off my own mates calling Jota a diver, but for those people that were moaning about the penalty, right? 1, Liverpool don't make the decision. 2, I think there was contact. And 3, and I can't say this clearly enough, we still would have won the game because we were 3-2 up. So I feel like no matter what Liverpool do, there's always a section of people who want to just hate on Liverpool for anything. Ultimately, let me just say this. Do you not think that if there was no contact, that the ref wouldn't have been asked to go and have a look at the monitor? Because remember, the only thing that VAR can intervene on in that scenario is a clear and obvious error. So Anthony Taylor gave the penalty. If there was no touch, that is textbook clear and obvious error. And he would have been asked to go to the monitor. But he wasn't asked to go to the monitor. Why was that, do you think? It's because there was a touch. And I said during the game, at first, that's not a penalty, lads. I don't think there's a touch. Go back and watch it. I did. But when I seen it, I couldn't unsee it. And I did see it. It's his elbow clipping Jota's left ankle. And that's why it was given. Because they couldn't overturn it because the touch was there. Funny Bobby and Fab came to support. Where's Hendo? Well, I don't know the answer, actually. So Bobby, I think, is over for a book signing. Great to see him and Fabinho there tonight. That's absolutely brilliant. But look, I'm most happy about the performance, weirdly enough, because we can talk about missed chances and we can talk about... Give me that game over the United game 1,000 times. You know, give me games where we create a load of chances and make hard work of it, but get there over that dull, inept performance. Because we were good today. And don't let that be lost in the conversation. We played really well today. And the XG of 7.2, which I believe is a record, is phenomenal. So there are lots and lots of positives. Super chat from Adam said, is Curtis Jones not the comeback story of our season? He's a brilliant comeback story, yes. He's so consistent now as well, Curtis Jones. Like, the press, the effort, he knows where the goal is. There's just a lot to like about this new Curtis Jones. And that full credit to him. I don't know what the story is. You know, Curtis did speak about an injury, he has to manage onwards and stuff, but he's got to be on the team sheet now. One of the first names Klopp puts down there, and deservedly so. Pranav said, Craig, I'd pass on the FA Cup, just play the youngsters. By the way, thought Jones was phenomenal tonight. Diaz looked like his old self. The man of the match poll is open as well. It's a romp to Mohamed Salah, by the way. So far, 45% of you guys have voted for Mo. Diaz with 12, Endo with 19, Jones with 23. What other comments? John Roger said, the gaffer post-game said they played Darwin Central today to draw the Newcastle centre-backs and give the Liverpool wingers more space to work. I'm trying to think back over that now just to see if we figure that worked. Well, I mean, look, we won the game, and Mo did have some assists and a goal, and then I guess we did see Diaz have a very good game. So yeah, maybe Klopp got that right, but I don't like Darwin to the middle, I can't lie. What a game. How are you feeling for Sunday's match? I'm kind of in the camp with a friend. I'm not going to say I want us to throw the FA Cup game, but I don't really... I'm fully focused on the League Cup and the Europa League at this point. You know, I feel like being top of the league table, we got to push on it and go for it. We might not have had this expectation at the start of the season, but we are in a position we're in right now, and I feel like we should push on and try and do it. So with that in mind, yeah, I'd rotate heavily for the Arsenal game. I think the Arsenal away game in the league in February is a huge game as well. But look, we did our job today. Arsenal stumbled. Arsenal lost to West Ham. Arsenal lost to Fulham. Pressure was on us to come out today and win against a good, well-organised, hard-working Newcastle team. And we did it. And full credit to the boys for doing that. And yeah, I'm delighted. I'm so happy right now. We're top of the league. Brilliant. Owen said he worried about Salah and Endo being gone for a month. Of course, when you lose players of the calibre of Mohamed Salah, of course you're going to be worried. But we know from previous seasons that, Mo and Mane back then and Naby, and we lose players to the AFCON. And I think, have we lost players to the Asia Games before? Did Minamino? I can't remember, honestly, if Minamino went or not when we had him at Liverpool. But I feel like it's unfortunate that Endo's got to a point now where we all see he's fitting in. We all see how well he's playing. And now he obviously departs with Japan. But I hope he continues where he left off because he's been top-notch. And Mo, look, how can you not miss that many goals and the man that he is? But it gives us an option to see what we do. See what Klopp... I'm intrigued, genuinely intrigued to see what Klopp does with that right-hand position. Great to see Maka back, said Glenn. Yes, huge plus today, having Alexis back on the pitch, particularly with the timing of Watoro heading off. Craig, you put on a great show. Stop worrying. I'm not worried, Colin. It's genuinely... I don't want anybody to be upset. And I know I don't like to wind our own fans up. So it's not that I'm... It's just tough because I don't feel I have an agenda against Mohamed Salah at all. I really don't. I judge him higher because he's a superstar. Same way I judge Verge. I judge Verge and I judge Alisson. Look at my score today for Alisson. I hold him to such a high level that even in a game where he didn't really necessarily make a mistake, I question the first goal in his position. And so I think maybe people are just a bit more sensitive about Mo because, they idolise him so much, which I get. But yeah, I just don't like upsetting anyone, mate. Other than opposition fans, which I love winding up. You don't wind us up, you're passionate. Yeah, I'm definitely passionate, mate. I'm a passion merchant, 100%. Right, anyway, look, this isn't about me. This is about you guys. Thoughts on Carvalho being sent on loan again, said Nessie. I'm interested to see where he goes. I tell you what intrigued me more, actually, was Fabrizio Romano's post where he said that Liverpool still view Carvalho as being part of the future plans. Maybe even as soon as next season. So, regardless of where he goes on loan, that kind of surprised me, Nessie, to be honest with you. But I hope wherever he goes, he gets games and he starts to show the talent that he has. Because there's no doubt Carvalho, there's a player in there. Defacement Network said, Craig and chat, did it feel like our defence became too lax after each of those first two goals? I thought Sobo could use some other opinions. So there is an age-old saying that you're at your most vulnerable after you score. And it is true. And today, yes, I think we got a bit too lax at times. What I don't understand about Newcastle's second goal is how it ended up with Diogo Jota marking one of their tallest players. Now, I know that we don't necessarily mark man for man and we mark areas, but I just don't know how we ended up with him challenging. It was a great header and a good goal, but it just seemed weird having Jota challenging that player. Mahmoud said, Nunez is a nightmare for defences, is a joke. He is our nightmare. Is it now the case of how many chances will he miss and not whether he will score? So, look, it's a fair criticism, Mahmoud. It's a fair criticism. And I don't think you'll find a Liverpool fan amongst us who isn't absolutely bewildered by the inconsistencies of Darwin Nunez. Because, just look at the reverse fixture for what he's capable of. The man came off the bench and single-handedly won us the game at St. James's Park with that turnaround. And then you kind of juxtapose that with the chances he missed today, and I don't know how to describe it. Craig, True Geordie was apparently being very vulgar and disrespectful towards Klopp. Well, don't know what you want me to say about that, mate. I mean, I've been vulgar and disrespectful towards opposition managers, so it's not on me to call him out for that. Particularly when I haven't seen the comments, but he's not. I think he's a bit of a love-hate relationship with Jurgen, if I'm being honest with you, from speaking to him. But I kind of also love that our manager can be a divisive figure and wind people up at times as well. But like, I'm not going to talk badly about Brian. I don't throw my mates under the bus. I love Tucker said I sent £2. Did I miss your super chat, mate? I'm so sorry. Let me scroll back. See if I did. Yeah, you did. You said Newcastle should have been down to 10 men. Sorry, mate. You did indeed. And I agree. I don't know how Joelinton wasn't given a yellow. Like, because in fairness to Anthony Taylor, he played a brilliant advantage in that situation. The only thing I think he got wrong there, and I actually think Anthony Taylor had a good game. The only thing he got wrong there was he should have booked Joelinton the first time, which coincidentally would have meant. But you have to ask yourself also, if Joelinton was on a yellow, would he have made that rash challenge in the second half? Or unless you're talking about somebody else being down to 10, because somebody did ask me about the Miley challenge, which off the top of my head, I don't remember. Bulger said, missed my super chat a while ago. Did I? Let me grab it for you, mate. My apologies. I can view them in here. Hang on. So what was the dude's name? 1 second, mate. Oh, there you go. You said all the talk about rebuilding our midfield, and it looks like the best 11 will have... 1 sec, I have to drag this out a bit. We'll have an unknown bargaining chip, Japanese CDM, and a player already here in Jones. Look, I mean, Wataro's been brilliant, mate, and I'm over the moon that he settled in and started to show why Klopp brought him in, because I can't lie to you, for those first few months I was not convinced at all. But now he looks like he's settled in and he's performing magnificently well. But Curtis Jones, as somebody said, is he the comeback story of the year? Maybe he is. What did you think of Trent's performance? I thought Trent played well. And it's hard to gauge like how to judge Trent, because you're not really judging him as a right back. You're not. But then again, his impact is phenomenal and his range of passing. So I think it's a masterstroke from Jurgen to put Trent into this position. What do I think about Villa this season? I think they'll come up short ultimately in the title race, but the improvements are phenomenal. The home form's brilliant, and they're a club heading in the right direction. What else have we got in the chat? January needs a CDM and a backup left back, and we win the league. So I think we need a centre back. That would be my priority in the January window. And the good news is that the window is open, so we are free to go in there and do business. And I hope if we are to do it, we do it quickly. What's your favourite Liverpool game? Barcelona one, Lee. Same as yourself, mate. That Barcelona. I know Istanbul's probably the answer, but that Barcelona game is a night I'll never forget. Thank you, Philip. Much love to you, my man. So, thoughts on Nat Phillips' future? I say what I always said. I want Nat Phillips to go play football, because he deserves to. And it won't be at Liverpool long term, let's be honest about it. So I hope the lad gets a move, and a move he deserves, because he'll make a very good centre-back for somebody, and I think he'd be a fan favourite. So, again, I seen it in the chat, but I was waiting for confirmation. So Paul Gorst of the Echo has confirmed that Jurgen Klopp said Dominic Szoboszlai has suffered a hamstring injury. So I don't know anything else on the length of it, or, I'm sure we'll get updates when scans have been done. Mark sent that in to me, so thank you to Mark. But look, let me just try and spin a positive on it. This gives a chance for Elliott and Gravenberch to, again, show Jurgen what they can do if Dom is out. Hopefully it's not too long, but we're guessing at this point. So look, it's never great to have an injury, but it's an area of the pitch where we're well stacked. With McAllister being back, with Elliott, with Jones, I I think we should be all right. But hopefully it's not too serious for Dom. Damien said the bitterness from the boys on the kickoff is shocking. Again, man, I haven't seen anything that they've said, so I've no clue. Yeah, it's I haven't seen the clips, man, so I can't give an opinion on something I haven't seen. But I don't know what to say, dude. I don't know what to say. I don't get what there is to be bitter about, though, in all honesty. Like, without seeing it, I don't know what the problem could... Like, we battered them. Like, I don't know what else to say on that. Like, I don't know how anybody could look at the game and think Liverpool weren't a better team and didn't deserve to win the game. Like, just look at the XG alone. So, I don't know. Again, without seeing it, man, I just don't know. I got a question. Who would you put on penalties when Salah goes to the AFCON? McAllister. If I'm not mistaken, McAllister took them for Brighton. And I remember him having a pretty good... I remember the one penalty that stands out to me is the one he took at Old Trafford for Brighton, which had huge pressure on it. And there was a big delay before he took it. And I just remember thinking to myself when he took it, how composed he was. It was like... Yeah, so I'd say McAllister. We know rivals have been waiting all season for us to get a questionable decision so they can do this. I will say what everybody has said to me. Cry about it. See? Not great, is it? When you all say it to me, not you, by the way, not our chat, but opposition fans, when you all tell me to cry, you all think you're fucking hilarious. But when it comes time when we get a decision and you're all losing your heads about it, what do you think we're going to say back to you? So, look, I didn't make the decision. Liverpool fans didn't make the decision. The decision was given by Anthony Taylor, looked at by Atwell and VAR, ratified, and the penalty was given. I don't know what else to say. Maybe ask the question of the officials if you're displeased. I say what I said at the time. Didn't see it at first. Seen the elbow, clip shot his ankle, and then he took a step and a half and he went to ground. And you can tell a lot by looking at the player, because he was absolutely convinced it was a penalty as soon as he went down. And I also don't get why he would have dived when he could have had a tap in. So there's a couple of things about it that just I would question if you think about it in the cold light of day. But also, and I can't say this enough, I don't care what they have to say. I don't give a damn what opposition fans have to say. Because we're top of the league and they can kiss it. And I love where we are. Should Dom take free kicks? Trent hasn't been doing well. Depends what you mean. Do you mean free kicks that are going to be in shootable positions? Or free kicks for crosses? Because shootable positions, I'd leave Trent on them. Crossing ones, yes. I think sometimes you could make an argument for mixing it up a bit. I don't like some of those half-arsed chippy-in crosses we play that I don't know who we think is in the centre, but there's some lazy half-space crosses that I just didn't like today. So, again, to everyone that's coming in to say it was a dive, why wasn't it overturned if it was a dive? I think it's a fair question. Because we know that VAR can only overturn a clear and obvious error. So if there was no contact and the ref has given the penalty, if it was so clear that there was no contact, why wasn't it cleared up by VAR? Because the way you're going on, you're making out like it was really, 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 really clear that there was no touch. Then why wasn't the ref sent to the monitor? It's a fair question. According to TalkSport, we edged out the win. Yeah, I think you can probably tell by my expression what I think of TalkSport. Quick question, Rangers or Celtic? The honest answer? Aberdeen. But I don't, seriously, it's a fair question. You're all saying dive, the people who are disagreeing on the penalty. Why wasn't it overturned? Because that's what VAR was there for. If there was no touch, why wasn't it overturned? If it was so clear, Why wasn't it overturned? I put it to you that it wasn't overturned because they seen what I seen, which was the elbow hitting Jota's ankle. If you don't want to live in the same reality as the rest of us, that's okay. But don't try to drag us kicking and screaming into your bitter reality where you just don't want things to happen. I agree, Craig. Lofton, our crosses plays to defences we face because Canada or VVD are the only players on our team that can reach them. Well, to be fair, we did have Darwin in there today, but he's not a goal-scoring heading machine, is he? As we've seen with his miss from 7 or 8 yards. There was contact on Jota. He kept going. No. See, that's bullshit. And this is something that gets labelled at people a lot. If you've ever played football or any sport or even ran, if you've ever ran, and I know you're looking at me going, Craig, you haven't ran. I have. I missed the ice cream man once. But sometimes when you get a clip, it doesn't automatically mean you go down that second. Sometimes it's the second or third step that causes a stumble. Anybody with half a brain cell could tell you that. Grafenberg hasn't played well compared to his first couple of games when we signed him. Well, he's been on the bench, to be fair. But this is a chance for Grafenberg now. This is a chance for Elliott. This is a chance for Jones. Right, let's finish up the man of the match poll where Mohamed Salah has won with 47%. And we've had nearly 3,500 votes. So congratulations to Mo. He's been named the Anfield Agenda man of the match. Second place was Curtis Jones with 23%. Third place was Turo Endo. And fourth place was Lucho with 12%. Mo was great second half, but first half he was awful. I agree. Someone said he changed his footwear at half time though, which could be a good explanation if that's the case. So yes, appreciate all of you. And don't forget, tomorrow, 5 o'clock, myself and Adam will be on top of the league for a transfer show. And then I'll be back tomorrow night at 8:30 for another late night agenda. You guys have been amazing today. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you and all of your families as well. I hope it's a wonderful, healthy and prosperous year for you all. Don't forget, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, to do so and drop a like on the stream as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Really do. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.